Hi everyone, today we will speak about Bergelmir and I will show you the team that I recommend you to use and the trick to masterize to kill the boss or at least to finish the fight with this team. Let's see.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
So as always, we will read the different skills of the boss. The boss has a lot of skills that will decrease your vigor. So it could be very annoying because sometimes it could happen that you will not use the skill 3 on Gilroy. So it is RNG because you can't control the target and when or the timing where he will use the skill. For example, he has something attacks all enemies there. He will reduce the vigor too, but the most annoying skill is this one, attacks 3 random enemies. And it will reduce the attack gauge. So it can happen that you will reduce the attack gauge of the champions in the team that are supposed to charge the attack gauge, charge the vigor, sorry. And if at this moment Gilroy just play after the boss, it could happen that he has not enough vigor to use the skill 3. So a lot of RNG about the attack gauge and the decrease vigor, and you sadly can't control that, but it will not make a big difference. The most important skill of this boss is this one. It will remove all overlord favor and charges attack gauge by 100%. So it means that during this time, when he will use this skill, he will not have any abnormal status immunity. And this is when you will have to control the boss. Also, you will have the... let me read it again. Will also have the attack gauge disruption. It means that the boss will lose 1 turn because of the attack gauge disruption, because he's supposed to charge the attack gauge by 100%. So this is also why it is very interesting to play with the attack gauge disruption, and you will also counter the resistance. This is the passive right here. All of the bosses from Hall of Conqueror got this passive, and so you can counter this passive with the attack gauge disruption from Merlin. So don't forget to permanently use this skill to have the attack gauge disruption on the boss. It lasts for 2 turns, so maybe you can use this skill order instead of this one. I think it is most efficient to use the skill 2, but also you need to be sure that the boss continuously has the attack gauge disruption. So it is it will depend on your own speed on Merlin, but if you use the same speed that I used, then you should use this configuration. So when the boss is going to use this skill, this is when you will have to play manually, because at the end of this skill, he will use Frozen Devastator. What is Frozen Devastator? This one. Attacks all enemies 3 times and damage 1000 up. So don't expect to survive against this skill. You just need to control the boss, and he's not going to use the Frozen Devastator skill. And to control the boss, you will need to play manually with Merlin. You will need to spam the skill 1. You have you will have 2 turns to stun the boss. You have 35% chance to inflict the stun, and you will probably be able to hit 4 or 5 times. So it is RNG. Obviously, it could happen that you will not be able to stun the boss and you will just die, but most of the time you can hit, as I said, 5 times. You will be able to stun the boss. But if not, then just restart the fight. I have nothing else to tell you. So this is for the skill. Let's read the passive. If you do not have, yes, obviously the mechanic of the boss is around the recovery disruption. More recovery disruption the boss has, more it will trigger this passive. It will remove this buff, and it will remove 1 recovery disruption, but it will got the breaking point. Breaking point will reduce his attack by 5%, so it is not huge, but when he will have 4 or more breaking points, that he will remove all of the breaking points, and he will got a debuff that will increase the damage taken. This is the damage taken increase 2, and also the effect resistance decrease 1. So it will stack this debuffs and you will do much more damage. That's why you need to play around the recovery disruption. Lagertha and Gilroy will land a lot of recovery disruption. So this is all I have to tell you about the boss. Now let's check the equipment. So let's start with Lagertha. Lagertha is going to be the main support of the team. She will allow you to deal much more damage on Gilroy. So I decided to play her with Vigor set and Vitality set, but with offensive stats, because you will not have any issue to tank anyway, and she can do some damage. So why not using an offensive set on Lagertha? That's why I decided to use attack percent on the necklace, earrings, and then I'm using attack speed. So basically this is what's gonna look like your Lagertha. Some attack speed 264, critical strike rates, damage, effect, accuracy. I could probably try to play with much more critical strike rates. I'm not sure that you need to have that much speed anyway. We will try something like this. I'm gonna make another try on anyway. Effect, accuracy, something like that. Perfect. So something like that. Now let's speak about Gilroy. I'm gonna speak about Gilroy first because you're gonna need to build your team around the speed of Gilroy. I'm gonna explain you why. He is the main damage dealer of the team, and you will have to focus on him as much as you can. I use Gilroy with 32% of critical strike rates, and I think it's not enough, but I think you should have 40% minimum. He has 190 speeds, and he benefits off the bonus speed from the Wither. It means that he will have 200 speed. Consider him as a 200 speed champ. So I need to have only 1 more speed or the same speed on Lagertha, on RJ, and 1 more speed or the same speeds on Merlins, because I don't want them to burn turn. I really want Gilroy to play as much as possible. The other champs are just support, so you don't want them to play much more than Gilroy. That's why if you have the same speed, for example, if I had the same speed on Lagertha and Gilroy, then just respect the this order on the champions selection, and the champ who's first from the left is going to play before the champ who's the first from the right. I don't know if it's clear, but you understand, right? Lagertha has to be here if you want her to play b4. Gilroy, who has to be here. And same for Merlin. If you respect this, then it will also configure this specific speed order. So if you build Gilroy with 190 speeds, for example, you have to build Merlin with maximum of 190 speeds as well, and Lagertha with 200 speeds because she doesn't benefit of the wither. Merlin benefits from the wither, which is day and heat. So that's why they can be at the same speed, but you will have to add 10 extra speeds on RJ. And so it will optimize. It is just a detail, but you must understand that, and it works for most of your team in Hall of Conquerors. Okay, Lagertha, we spoke about her. Now let's speak about Merlin. Merlin has to have a lot of effect accuracy, obviously, and nothing else. Vitality set with Vigor set is just here for the attacker disruption, the debuff immunity, and also the Phoenix Ashes from the skill. You don't expect him to do any damage. Lagertha, why? AJ. AJ, she will have some damage, but not that much. She's mainly here to be like a Vigor battery for your team and land the defense decrease, and obviously put this debuff that will allow you to tank. The most complicated part of this boss is to tank, and with this passive you will be able to tank very easily. It will decrease the attack by 60%, so this is a huge debuff that can make your team much more tanky. What else? I didn't show you some critical strike rate, 60% minimum, because you will have the critical strike buff from Lagertha, and also from attack increase. Yes, only from Lagertha. And so Gilroy, a lot of attacks, attack speed as much as you can, and like this. So this is all I have for you for the equipment. Let's check now the skill or the settings, something like that. But you're gonna need to play manually, obviously, with Merlin, as I said previously. So let's see what happened during the fight now. So sorry, but this is a fight that I made before to understand all the different mechanics of the boss, but don't look too much about the skill order. It could be optimized, but as I said, you can always go to my Discord, and this is where I continuously update the gears or the skill order. So this video is just going to show you basically the fight and what will you have to do while the boss is channeling. You will have to use the skill 1 of Merlin, and this is what I want to show you during this fight, nothing else. And if you want to see the details of the equipment, the different updates, and the skill order settings, so as I said, just join my Discord, everything is there. So this is the end of the video, guys. Hope you still enjoy to see my different contents about Hall of Conquerors, and I will try to release a video on the last boss of Hall of Conquerors. But I think we're gonna basically use the team that we used to use against Talos. It means that we will probably use Aqua Guinevere with Baldwin, Morgan, and Nikkei. So bye bye guys, enjoy the game, see you soon.